Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Vlogmas Day 9. It is Wednesday, December 7th, and it feels like the most Wednesday ever. I'm ready for the weekend. I am ready for the weekend. More so, I'm ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be an exciting day because I have scheduled a Reiki healing session, and I've never done that before, and I'm so excited. But right now I'm heading out to go shoot, and then I'm gonna come home, start on my work day. You don't know how happy I am that I found a parking garage very close to my apartment in Tampa that is basically empty, and it's kind of new looking, so it's not like really run down. There's a lot of really good natural light, a lot of really good places to shoot. And I know this will sound weird to the average person, like anytime I talk about it to people in my life, they're like, what? Like, you love a parking garage? Or like, I don't know, I just always, when I'm out and about, I'm like pointing out good looking parking garages to shoot in. That's just how my mind works. But I've never really explained anywhere why I continue to shoot in a parking garage, especially like I'm living in Florida now, and there are so many beautiful places to shoot, and the weather is really, really great most of the time. So like, I do have the opportunity to go out and shoot in so many different places. Like, I could be shooting in so many different other locations, but I choose to shoot in a parking garage because my brand aesthetic for ever since I started my new Instagram account in July of 2021 has been built off of the recognizable parking garage location, similar outfits all throughout that time, wearing sunglasses in every post, the gold jewelry, the gold hoops, coffee in hand. 90% of my content, or I'd say maybe even 97% of my content, it all kind of looks a lot like the same. And the reason why I do that is because that is like my brand aesthetic, and it becomes recognizable. So when you're on Instagram and you're scrolling through so many people that you follow, if you constantly see my content and you see the parking garage, the sunglasses, the jeans, the hoops, the coffee in hand, without even really paying much attention, you likely will recognize that it's my post. So it's like recognizable through repetition. So when I started that new Instagram account in July of 2021, and I kind of like went with that vibe unintentionally, but like it kind of stuck, and people kind of like start to literally recognize me for that vibe, like being in the parking garage, the sunglasses, the coffee in hand. Like, my audience recognized it, and I think that's partially why like my content continues to do good. It's just because when I post, my audience, especially like my loyal audience, they know what my posts normally look like, so they can look out for it. Versus if I was posting in all of these different locations or switching up my like aesthetic, my look all the time, it would be a lot harder to pick me out when you're scrolling on Instagram in the midst of everybody else that you follow as well. So that's why I continue to shoot in a parking garage despite having a lot of other good places I could shoot. Now, I definitely do go out, like you'll see me sprinkle in a post at a coffee shop here or there, or like a post out and about, and that's just because my posts are based off of that day. Basically 99% of the time I post my content the day that I shoot it, so it's kind of just based off of the schedule that I have that day, where I'm at that day, the weather. It's based on a lot of different things, but it's like real time. So yeah, that was an explanation nobody asked for, but I feel like some people probably look at my content and are like, oh my god, like she continues to shoot in a parking garage. Yeah, because it works, it's recognizable, my engagement is still pretty damn decent. We've had enough of this tangent, but basically that's the explanation that nobody ever asked for. If it works, then why would I change it? I'm making some breakfast. I'm making some bacon from Trader Joe's. And then I'm just gonna do eggs and toast with that. I don't think I've ever talked about it on YouTube, but if you didn't know, I came out with a coffee brand. And if you know how fitting that is for me, it is so fitting. I launched it on Black Friday, actually, and it's called Profile by Vanessamferraiolo. I'll have the link down below. It's a white coffee roast, and it's super unique because white coffee is pretty up and coming still in the United States, and it's something that you typically won't find at your average coffee shop. I don't even know if you'd really find it in stores. It is the lightest roast of coffee, but it has a very, very high caffeine content, and the taste is so rich and creamy and smooth. We did a Brazilian bean, and we did the tasting notes are graham cracker and peanut butter. There are no peanuts or nuts or anything like that involved in the making of the coffee roast. That's just what I named it because when you taste it, you'll understand it is so fitting. And I love peanut butter. It's not like a disgusting peanut butter taste. It's like very, very light, and it's really good. It's in coffee form, you know? And if you've been following me over on my Instagram for a while, you know my favorite coffee shop at home and like my favorite coffee shop actually ever. And that's saying a lot. I've tried a lot of places, is Pressed in Pottsville, PA, and they're actually the ones that roast and ship my coffee. So they're my suppliers. And they're also good friends of mine, so it works out. But I haven't used my REVOLVE Barista Touch since we moved here. So I am going to use it for the first time and use it with my coffee. See, look at how light it is, but it smells like peanut butter. It does. It really does. Peanut butter, kind of like brown sugar. Come on. Oh, it's gonna be such a slow pour. Too slow. Yeah, this is too slow. So we're gonna have to change the dials, the grind size, to a faster pour. So we're gonna go up to like 22, maybe. It was at 18, but that's just the thing with this. It's like every coffee bean, and depending on how old the coffee beans are or the temperature of them, like it'll affect the pour. You have to change the grind size to accommodate for how fast or how slow the pour is. It's so confusing. I watched several YouTube videos to kind of like understand it though, and that helped a lot. But if you're getting this coffee machine, you gotta love coffee. You gotta love the whole art of it, because otherwise it's just a lot of work. We have 20 grams right now. Okay, 18.2 is fine. Stamp it down. All right, let's try this again. Sitting at 6 seconds. Okay, it should start brewing around the 10-second mark. It started at 8 seconds. So this won't be too bad, but I should have put the grind size to about like 21 or so. I think that would have been right around 10 seconds. So this is considered like a fast pour, but not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna do a latte. So we do the espresso. This is actually the caramel that Pressed uses at their coffee shop, and they have somebody local make it for them. It is the best caramel ever, and it tastes amazing with my coffee. So if you're local, go to Pressed and get my coffee with this caramel, and it will taste like a peanut butter latte. I've been doing almond milk recently, but because I'm making this latte in particular, Oat milk kind of tastes the best with it because it's so creamy. So just gonna top it off with oat milk. Oh my God, look at how stunning this looks. Ah! I'll do a taste test on here and then I want to post about it on my Instagram. Oh, it's so good. But do you ever feel like ice kind of ruins a drink? Like these ice cubes are just not cutting it for lattes. I need to get like ice cube trays or something off of Amazon and just make my own ice with like filtered water. Because these ice cubes suck. But it is so good, it's so creamy. Honestly, it definitely could use a little bit more caramel, but I love it. Also, here is breakfast, the full breakfast here.
Goodbye, show.
I really haven't picked up the vlog camera today. I'm just like not feeling today. I think like I overall am just so sick of being in my house and dealing with this fucking fruit fly infestation because I'm feeling like hopeless with it. I went to the management office and actually like talked to them in person today about it though, and I was like, listen, pest control came, they aren't going anywhere, like they aren't getting any better, and I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that they are going away, but they just continuously keep popping up and I don't know what's going on. I just explained to them like everything that I've been doing. I've been setting out the traps are working, however they are not getting any better. Like there's still an insane amount of fruit flies out, and I've done stuff down the drain. Pest control came and did stuff down the drain and treated like the walls or whatever. I don't know what they exactly did. And it's just nothing is helping, and it's just I feel uncomfortable being here. I feel like bugs are crawling all over me. I can't focus because of it, and I've just been trying to get out of the house as much as possible to avoid being here. But they said they're gonna have maintenance come by and really investigate the drains, pour bleach down them, and see if that will help. I don't know, I'm just like really sick of it. So I went and worked out. I'm gonna go over by the pool now. It's like a UV index of 5, so a really good day to lay by the pool, and actually like there's nobody out there right now. So I'm gonna go lay by the pool, edit, do some work, and avoid being here. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first thought. The second thought is, you specifically, Vanessa, obviously have a probably healthy issue with failure, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing unhealthy, like, but you're probably well balanced enough that you would be upset if you failed, but you won't be like a wreck.
Yeah. Wow, guys, I haven't vlogged much at all today. I just really haven't. It's been one of those days, not like a bad day, like I've had a very productive day, but it's just been one of those days where like I haven't wanted to like talk or really, I don't know. I just hadn't wanted to really vlog much at all today, so I apologize. I'm trying to like think of something that I could do to make it interesting for the rest of the vlog, because I really don't know how much footage I have, and I'll still upload whatever I do have. But literally I just was by the pool for 2 hours earlier. I worked, I got a lot done, got a nice tan, and then I came back, showered, and I hopped on a call with a really good friend of mine. He's actually one of the owners of Press, the coffee shop at home. I was talking about the coffee shop earlier, and he has such a unique perspective on business, and he's also very young, but he's extremely ambitious, driven, and we think a lot alike. But he always, anytime we like have chats about business, he always gives me a different perspective that I never would have thought of before. So I'm so sad that I like don't have people like that in my life anymore, that I can just shoot the shit with like in person. I just haven't had that since I moved away from home. I've had a lot on my mind in terms of business recently, so I wanted to hop on a call with him and get his perspective on it, because I knew that it would really spark up a lot of not only motivation, but I also knew hopping on that call, I'd get a lot of great advice from that call. So I feel so good now that I talked to him, and also just very motivated too, because he's so motivated. Anyway, we were on an hour long, like an hour and a half long call or something like that. But I just finished up doing a little bit of work. I have to do more work later on, but right now I'm kind of relaxing and decompressing from that call because it was a lot to take in. And I'm watching season 2 of Firefly Lane, which I have been waiting for since the season ended. When the first season came out, I watched it immediately, fell in love, and I was so excited for season 2. So I'm finally starting that. And if you guys have not seen Firefly Lane, I highly recommend watching season 1. It's so good, and I'm sure season 2 is gonna be good too. Also, we finished Wednesday last night and it was so good. I loved the show, and I'm assuming there's gonna be a season 2 just from how it ended, but I really liked that show a lot. I'm gonna make some tea though. Today's advent calendar tea is, today I think it's day 7. It's 3 fennel. Today's tea is 3 fennel. Soothing, sweet, and wild fennel seeds with fennel leaf. I have no idea what this is gonna taste like, but I'm excited. I'm gonna put it in my little Santa cup this time. Although I think there's like a massive crack in it. So maybe I won't. I'm gonna use one of these instead.